Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Saad from CyberSudo, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can identify and acquire the publicly available databases online using OSINT. Now, OSINT, or Open Source Intelligence, is basically using the publicly available sources such as the internet or the newspaper in order for us to collect information about an individual or a company. Now, the information collected by a hacker, let's say a malicious hacker, could be used in many attack scenarios such as spear phishing or social engineering. Now, for us to find these databases, we are going to perform what's called Elasticsearch. Now, let me tell you something, that these databases are not intended to be online, but a mistake from the company or by the owner that made this database online. Now, in order for us to perform the Elasticsearch, we're going to be relying on a website called Shodan.io. And Shodan is a search engine that allows the user to search for computers, routers, web servers, whatever you want. You can even find like webcams, or you can see a screenshot taken from a Windows server, and all of this using Shodan's filters. Now, without being said, let's learn how we can perform Elasticsearch to search for the publicly available databases. So first thing first, we are going to open our browser and go to Shodan.io. And you want to make sure to create an account on Shodan, because without creating an account, you can only perform a very basic search. And in our case, we are going to use Shodan's filters in order to search for the Elastic databases. And then I want you to visit the filter referenced by Shodan that you will find in the description of this video. And these are all the filters that you can use with Shodan. And in our case, we are going to be using the port to specify the port, and the product, which is going to be our Elasticsearch or our Elastic database. So let's go to our search engine and type product Elastic. And the port is going to be 9200. Now, this search could take like 10 to 20 seconds. You have to be patient. And as you can see, we have got more than 22,000 databases. And you can see that this is the Elastic database. And you can see the total size. You can see the server country, which is in Ireland, Dublin. And you can just choose the country. You can choose the country just by adding, for example, country and then US if you want. But we won't do this right now. And these are all the columns that are inside the database. So what we are going to be searching for are the users, because sometimes inside the users column you will find first name, last name, and sometimes you will find the address and the phone number. So we are going to be typing users and then hit enter. And you can see that this time we have got 522 results. Now you can see that we have a column here called users, and here as well, as long with the new bank, my index, etc. We also have users in here, and you can see its size. Now, the bigger the database is, the more information you'll find inside the users or the database in general. Now, for example, let's view or see what's inside the users here. So first of all, we are going to click on this little arrow. And if we have got this response, this means that the database is live and we can view the content of it. So what we are going to do first is to view or see all the columns that are inside this database. And to do this, we are going to go to the URL and then add slash and then underscore cat, then slash, and then indices, and then question mark and V, and hit enter. And as you can see, we can see the user's index in here, and we can view it by changing the URL. So we will be removing the cat incidence question mark V, and we will be adding users, which is our index that we want to view. And then we will type underscore search and then question mark size and then equal. You can add 100 to 10,000. So I'm going just to say 100, and this will show me the first 100 result of the user's file. So I'm going to hit enter. And as you can see, these are the information. You can see price, I think that this person made a purchase on this date, and you can see his phone number and his email address and his country. And these are all the information that you will find here. You will find the first 100 person or record in this page, and of course we can add it by saying, for example, instead for 100 we can say 1000, and then we will say expand all. So I think that my browser got frozen because of all of these data. So I'm going to scroll, and we can see that these are all the records of the people that we have found in this database. Now, of course, we can download this database, and I'm going to show you a tool that you will download from the description of this video. It's written in Python that will allow you just to choose the information that you want and then download. For example, you will say you want to download the date, full name, first name, last name, phone, and email, country, and then the tool will just download it as a TXT file to your local machine. And we will see this just in a minute. So now let me show you a different database. So let's say that we want to view this database, and you can see that we have the user's record, we have the product, new bank, mall, product, etc. So I'm going to click on this little arrow in here, and I'm gonna add slash underscore cat and then slash indices and then question mark v and enter. And you can see here all of the indexes that we have found. We have product, website, bank, customer, users, new bank, etc. So I want to view, for example, let's say the users. I'm going to copy this so that I don't type it again, and then hit enter. Expand all, and I think these are all the information that are found. So we didn't really find any interesting data in here. Now, what you can search for is leads. You can search for leads, you can type email or password, and sometime you'll get a result, sometime you won't get a result, because if a company knew that its data is online or its database is online, then they'll try to remove it from the internet. So for example, we have leads in here. So I'm going to click on the arrow, and I'm going to use the exact same syntax that I have used in our old search and add it in here. And instead of users, I'm going to add leads. Expand all, and my browser crashes, and now here we go again. So we have a description, phone number, external ID, I have no idea what this is, and some other information. And of course you can download this database. I'm gonna show you this in just a second, but before we do this, I want to show you a tool by inteltechniques.com or .net, I forgot, that will do this search manual, or just will perform this search automatically. So you only have to add the IP address, which is this one, and then say you want to search for leads or users, and it will view the content or the columns automatically. So instead of typing all of this manually, you're just going to add the IP to the tool that I want to show you just right now, and it will automatically open this website, or it will automatically view the database. So I'm going to minimize my browser and open the tool. It's an awesome tool that allows you to search for many different things, like you want to do OSINT on Facebook, Twitter, newspaper, you want to search for files. So it's like the universal tool for OSINT. And I love this tool because it made it very easy for me to perform my OSINT search. So here is the tool that is made by Intel Techniques by Michael Basil. And you can see that you can perform OSINT on Instagram, LinkedIn, real name, usernames. So it's the universal tool for OSINT, and that's why I really love this tool. And actually I recommend his book and his courses. I am not an affiliate, he didn't pay me anything, I just really love his books and his courses. In order to perform our Elasticsearch, we are going to data breaches and leaks. And you can see here we can enter the IP address of our Elasticsearch or the database that we have found, and it will list the index when we click on the index. And then if we added the IP address in here and then we want to find the users, for example, and then we say index view, or we click on the index view, then it will redirect us to the page where you will see all the indexes, which is, yeah, this one, similar to this one. So let's take an example. I will copy the IP address, or let's just start from the beginning. Let's say that I will copy this IP address, but it doesn't have users, so I'm gonna be looking at something that has the leads. Okay, so we will copy the IP address first, and we will go to the tool and we will add the IP address in here. And when we click on index list, you can see that we have found the leads. So it will just type this automatically. You don't have to do it manually. So let's say that we want to view what's inside leads. So we are going to copy the leads and go to our tool. We will say leads and we will copy the IP address to here, and then we will say index view, and these are the information. I think this is incorrect because we have added a space in here, so let me remove it and enter. Yes, and these are the information that we found in the leads. So that's the tool that I wanted to show you. You just have to add the IP address of the website that you found, or not the website, the Elastic database that you found, and then you want to add the index name, which is going to be leads, or could be users, or could be emails or password. Sometime you will get a result when you search for a password, and sometime you won't. Now I'm going to show you how you can download this Elastic database on your local machine. Now I have a Python script in here that will do this for me, and I'm going to show you how you can use it. Of course, I'm going to add its link in the description of this video so that you can download it. So let me open the browser and go to this one, for example. So here we have the IP address, and we can see this is the index that we want to download. So what we are going to do first, I'm going to open my terminal and I'm going to get the root permission first. Let me go to my desktop and I'm going to say Python and then elasticsearch.py, which is our tool, and I'm gonna hit enter. And then it will ask me for the IP address, and this is the IP address. And then it will ask for the index name, which is going to be, if you want users, new bank, customer, but I'm going to use users and add it in here. And then the port is going to be 9200. I'm gonna just hit enter. And then we want to add the value. And with the value, let me show you. First of all, let me view all the information that are in here using the tool. So we are looking for users, and this was the IP address. And then index view. Okay, I think there is no information in here. Let me look in a different database. Let's say this one. We want to download from this database, and we want to download the index users, and then we can specify what we want to download from this database. So let me just say repeat running the tool. So I'm gonna add this IP address, which is the IP address of the website or the database, and then I'm gonna add the index. Here is the index. The default port is 9200, so I'm just gonna hit enter, and then I'm gonna add the value. So this is where we are going to select what do we want to download from this database. So in my case, I just want to download the full name. Here's the full name and the phone number and email. Of course, you can choose the country or whatever you want. And when you are done, just hit enter. So don't enter the value, just hit enter, and then it will start downloading, and it already downloaded all the data. So let's view this data. It's not this one. It normally generates more than one file. I think it's just this one. Yes, it's this one. So let me maximize the window. And these are all the information that we have downloaded from the Elastic database. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And if you have any question, please write it in the comment section and I will be very glad to respond.